Hello viewers, I'm your host Shivangi Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show with growing bilateral ties between India and the United States. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar held the 5th 2+2 ministerial dialogue with their American counterparts, stressing the need to further strengthen their friendship to be able to deal with urgent global geopolitical challenges. We have a report.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Antony Blinken landed in New Delhi for the 5th India-US 2+2 ministerial dialogue with their Indian counterparts Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. The dialogue occurred at an important juncture when the world is facing Russia-Ukraine and Israel-Hamas war. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh said the India-US bilateral relationship has seen a growing convergence of strategic interests and enhanced defense, security and intelligence cooperation. On the other hand, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar called the dialogue as an opportunity to advance the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden. He said building a forward-looking partnership with both the countries construct a shared global agenda.
In the 2+2, we will undertake, as we have done before, a comprehensive overview of cross-cutting strategic defense and security ties, technology and supply chain collaborations, and people-to-people exchanges. Our meeting takes place even as we make rapid strides in all aspects of our bilateral agenda. Our trade is today in excess of $200 billion. FDI is rising in both directions.
The 2+2 meeting also done overview of cross-cutting defense, strategic and security ties, technology and supply chain collaboration, and people-to-people exchanges. The bilateral trade between India and the United States has surpassed the $200 billion mark. Both the countries are exploring domains such as critical technology, civil outer space collaboration, and critical minerals to boost the cooperation. At the 2+2 meeting, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken highlighted the growing ties between India and US, saying that during the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to US in June, US President Joe Biden and Mr. Modi set a very ambitious agenda to build a comprehensive strategic partnership. He said both the nations are promoting free, open and prosperous Indo-US Pacific ties and strengthening partnership through Quad.
We are promoting a free and open, prosperous, secure and resilient Indo-Pacific, including by strengthening our partnership through the Quad with Japan and Australia. One significant way we're doing that is by enhancing maritime domain awareness, sharing commercial satellite data with countries in the region to boost their capacity, for example, to combat illegal fishing, piracy, drug trafficking. We're also coordinating humanitarian relief and disaster response efforts in the Indo-Pacific. We're harnessing together the power of innovation to make our economies more resilient and to make our communities more secure while expanding inclusive economic opportunity. That's evident in the cooperation on semiconductors and advanced biotechnology, on our unprecedented investments in deploying clean energy at scale in our countries as well as across the region, and our joint research and exploration projects.
The scope of cooperation between the India and US is vast, ranging from seabed to space. Both the countries are expanding their partnership in new areas, including artificial intelligence, semiconductors, and renewable energy. The ministers on both sides agreed that strength of world's two largest democracies is rooted in people-to-people ties.
Not only with the West, India is also committed to develop friendly and mutually beneficial relations with its neighbours. New Delhi's ties with Thimphu remains robust despite continuous pressure from Beijing. The recently concluded week-long visit of the King of Bhutan, Jigme Khesar Namgyel, to India strengthened the bilateral ties between the two countries. On November 3, Bhutan King Namgyel landed in India's Guwahati as part of the week-long state visit. Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma received the king, who was accompanied by his family members and senior officials. During his stay in Assam, King Namgyel visited the famous Kamakhya temple with his wife and 2 sons. The King of Bhutan later held a meeting with PM Modi in New Delhi. During the crucial meeting, Prime Minister Modi expressed India's strong commitment to Bhutan's socio-economic growth. India and Bhutan agreed to strengthen cross-border cooperation in the areas of trade, infrastructure and energy.
It's a very critical visit. It's a very important one. And I'm happy to see that so many, new agreement has been signed. So many India has promised to invest further in Bhutan. India has promised to help the 13th 5-year plan of Bhutanese government. So I think it's a positive visit from the Bhutanese side, from the Indian side, and also because the kind of talks that are going on, this visit becomes very critical.
During King Namgyel's visit, several projects between India and Bhutan were announced, including the development of railway lines. India also hinted at supporting Bhutan's flagship economic zone in Gyalefou, located on the Bhutan-Assam border. While expressing appreciation for India's support, King Namgyel handed an invite to PM Modi to visit Bhutan. PM Modi accepted the invitation and the 2 sides announced steps to expand people-to-people ties. Both India and Bhutan share a unique and time-tested relationship characterized by mutual trust and understanding.
Bhutan is a landlocked country, and somehow they have not opened to the world in that way, and there is a lot of dependence on India. In that context, this 57 kilometers railway line, 57 kilometers or so railway line, connecting Bhutan to Assam is a very important thing. If you look at the northeast, Assam is one of the very developed state in that sense, and which has a very good connectivity with the rest of the country. So I think this is going to make a lot of change, not only in the social life of Bhutan, but also the political economic life of Bhutan.
Bhutan was among the first countries to receive the Covishield vaccine manufactured by the Serum Institute of India. During the UN Global Summit in September, Bhutan had praised India for its vaccine initiative. Bhutan's Foreign Minister Tandi Dorji had called India's Vaccine Maitri program one of the biggest humanitarian initiatives undertaken by New Delhi.
India also extends technical assistance and concessional loans to support development projects in partner countries. The Vaccine Maitri initiative, which was one of the biggest humanitarian initiatives undertaken by India, has provided COVID vaccines to nearly 100 countries around the world. The enduring partnership between Bhutan and India serves as a remarkable example of strong bilateral relations in the Global South. Rooted in shared values and historical ties, this partnership spans various sectors including trade, education, and development.
Earlier in April this year, the Bhutan king had visited India and met President Draupadi Murmu, PM Modi, and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Discussions were held on establishing the first integrated checkpost along the India-Bhutan border. Let's now move to Pakistan, which is forcing lakhs of Afghan refugees to leave the country. Pakistani police have started search and cordon operations in areas where Afghans have been residing. Many Afghans who were born in Pakistan are now going to a country in crisis. The Pakistani government has not paid heed to the suggestions of the United Nations, rights groups and Western embassies to reconsider the expulsion plan. Take a look.
A large number of Afghan refugees can be seen on the Torkham border, a major border crossing between the Pakistani city of Torkham and Afghanistan. Thousands of Afghan refugees who grew up in Pakistan are now leaving for their homeland, where they are not certain about their future. Pakistani police have started search and cordon operations in areas where Afghans have been residing. The operation started a day after the expiry of a deadline to expel all undocumented foreigners from the country. Pakistan government is forcing more than 1 million refugees out of the country. All illegal refugees and migrants in the Islamic Republic were ordered to leave the country by October 31. Recently, Pakistani police carried out a search and cordon operation in Junejo colony in Karachi, a refugee settlement, where they searched more than 900 houses.
से ज़ायद घर थे जिनको आज सर्च की गई है, जिसमें चादर और चार दीवारी का भी जो है वो ख्याल रखा गया है. हमारी लेडी पुलिस ऑफिसर्स और लेडी कांस्टेबल्स हमारी तमाम ऑपरेशन में साथ साथ थी. हर घर के अंदर वो खुद गई हैं, उन्होंने जाके एक एक घर की सर्च की है. तमाम कवाइफ जो हैं वो चेक किए गए हैं. जिनके पास BOR और ACC कार्ड थे, वैलिड ACC कार्ड थे, उनको छोड़ दिया गया है. और जिनके पास जो है वो कोई भी दस्तावेज़ात नहीं थी, जो वो साबित नहीं कर सके कि उनके पास कोई यहाँ पे कानूनी रहने का जवाज़ मौजूद है, उनको हिरासत में लिया गया है और हिरासत में लेके उनको यहाँ से होल्डिंग पॉइंट तक मुंतकिल कर दिया गया है.
The Pakistani government has not paid heed to the suggestions of the United Nations, rights groups and Western embassies to reconsider the expulsion plan. Pakistan is saying Afghans had been involved in terror attacks and other crimes that undermine the security of the country. Pakistan says that among more than 4 million Afghans who are living in Pakistan, around 1.7 million are undocumented.
There should be some amnesty given to people. So they should, it was only 1 month or 2 months given to the people and say that you leave or you should be arrested. I think this is unfair. Unfair because you are not taking steps against those people who allowed them to enter into Pakistan. You know, in different border areas, the government officials are sitting, the security forces are sitting. So why they were allowing to come in, and who is responsible for all this millions of people who are in Pakistan from different countries?
Pakistan's order has sent a shockwave of fear and panic among Afghans in Pakistan. Many Afghans who were born in Pakistan are now going to a country in crisis.
People are just really desperate. So people feel like they had to move under duress, that they didn't want to leave their homes, and you know, they had a very difficult journey coming across, and like I said before, they have no idea what they are going to do now. So you know, really high levels of frustration and disappointment and hopelessness and despair coming from people.
The Taliban government has issued a stern warning to Pakistan for its treatment of Afghan refugees amid a crackdown on undocumented migrants. The UN estimates that more than 200,000 Afghans have left Pakistan for Afghanistan since Islamabad announced its illegal foreigners repatriation plan.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
The Japan Motor Show was held after a 4-year hiatus which has been postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This year it returns with a new name, Japan Mobility Show. Around 475 companies from robot, flying car and other industries participated in the grand event. The giant of motorbikes, Yamaha Motor, has expanded its display field. Yamaha Corporation, which makes musical instruments, collaborated. It is now symbolized two Yamaha, one passion. Yamaha Motor's CEO Yoshihiro Hidaka delivered a speech discussing the company's mission and vision.
行けなかったところに行けるようになる。会えなかった人に会えるようになる。 この当たり前を取り戻そうとしている今、人はもっと幸せになれるというメッセージに込めた思いを私たちはより一層強く感じています。生きるを感じる山発動機は人々の可能性を広げるためにモビリティの存在をさらに際立たせ、その機能を拡張していきたいと考えています。
The field life concept was fixed by Yamaha Motor. This indicates that people become accustomed to both motorcycles and musical instruments through their everyday use. Electric bikes' prosperity against gasoline-powered bike was also introduced during the event. To achieve decarbonization, Yamaha showcased 4 buggies and a motorcycle that runs on hydrogen. Yamaha Motors' policy is product should be good companion of human being beyond just industrial product. On the industrial future development, Yamaha Motor contributes to enrich human beings' everyday life. Japanese company JFE Engineering develops infrastructure all over the world. The ship on Marina Bay Sands has multiple large bridges and an environmental incinerator. These infrastructure companies serve both developed and developing nations. To accelerate worldwide business, JFE Engineering intends to employ foreign staff. Mr. Tai is employed by the Keep Environment Division. He is born in Dalian City, China and joined JFE Engineering 8 years ago.
入社の3年目からですね、シンガポールの小型化の溶融炉の設計を担当しました。自分が設計した機器の試運転調整は最後まで自分でやりました。ゴミ焼却分野ではもう業界トップの実績を持ちますので、いろんなノウハウが蓄積されています。あと優秀な先輩や上司は多数いらっしゃいますので、業務上は何か困ったらすぐ相談できる環境なので、業務上はすごくやりやすいと思っていますね。
Mr. Nguyen is employed with the Infrastructure Engineering Division. Vietnam is his birthplace and he joined JFE Engineering 6 years ago. Foreign employees respect JFE Engineering's seamless internal and external communication as well as the variety of work and life balance. JFE Engineering uses highly skilled foreign labor to expedite global business.
Moving on, Nepal was shaken by a powerful earthquake, resulting in tragic loss of life and widespread destruction. As Nepal faces the aftermath of the devastating earthquake, India at the forefront is offering a helping hand during this critical time to its neighbour. India has stepped forward with significant humanitarian assistance to the Himalayan nation. We have a report. A massive earthquake of 6.4 magnitude jolted Nepal in the late hours of November 3. Over 150 people lost their lives and 100 others got injured. The injured, including women and children, were receiving treatment in hospitals in several parts of Nepal.
केही छैन नाखा मुख धुलो पसिया छ यताउता हेर्न पनि सकिदैन अझ यहाँ आँखुन छर्किन्छन् कानभित्र धुलै छ अनि के गर्ने हामी त यस्तो बिजोगमा निक्स्यौं के गर्ने छोरीहरु भोग लाग्यो भन्छन् अनि खाने नखाने गास छ बस्ने बास छ ओड्ने कपडा लत्तो छ केही छैन हाम्रो त के गर्ने यस्तो बिजोग भइछ हामीलाई कसैले हेर्या पनि नै
The Indian government, alongside various humanitarian organizations, has initiated a massive relief effort to assist Nepal in its time of dire need. The humanitarian assistance provided by India includes critical surgical items, life-saving drugs and food, and teams of experts who are tirelessly working to save lives and provide much needed relief to those affected by the earthquake. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also conveyed heartfelt condolences to the people of Nepal. Previously, Nepal faced a severe earthquake in 2015, in which approximately 9,000 lives were lost and over 22,000 got injured. This time, major loss is reported in the remote areas. In Jaishankar and the nearby Rukum West district, thousands of buildings collapsed or developed cracks.
रात को अचानक 11:47 पर भूकंप आया। उसके बाद हमको पता ही नहीं चला, भूकंप आके भी चला गया। उसके बाद हम घर से बाहर हुए और जो गिरे हुए घर थे उसमें अचानक गिर गया, उसमें आदमी भी मर गया। बाद में लोगों ने, जो बचे हुए लोगों ने खबर किया, जो उसके आसपास थे उन्होंने खबर दिया। फिर हम आए, उनको 2-3 लोगों को तो उद्धार किया, लेकिन बाकी 6-8 लोगों को बचा नहीं पाया हमने।
India's rapid response reflects the solidarity and friendship that exists between the countries in times of adversity. And lastly, in India, it is believed that taking a holy dip in the Ganga river helps in attaining salvation. But the river is also considered to be polluted all across the globe. To keep it clean and to rejuvenate the river, the National Mission for Clean Ganga has been undertaking the rigorous task of cleaning the river under its flagship program. Take a look. The river Ganga is one of the largest river systems in the world, stretching across northern India. Hindus venerate it as life-giving river, calling it Ma Ganga. But every day, around 3 million litres of sewage is emptied into the river. In a bid to ensure the clean flow of the river, the National Mission for Clean Ganga was implemented by the National Council for Rejuvenation, Protection and Management of River Ganga. Namami Gange is an integrated conservation mission executed by NMCG to clean the river. Ever since the Namami Gange program was launched back in 2014, several concrete steps have been taken to clean the holy river and to maintain its cleanliness.
पहले के मुकाबले अब यहाँ पे गंदगी कम है, पहले ज़्यादा थी। तो नमामि गंगे प्रोग्राम के थ्रू साफ सफाई अच्छी है यहाँ पे, और लोगों को भी जो घूमने आते हैं यहाँ पे उन्हें भी जागरूक होने की आवश्यकता है। पॉलीथीन न डालें, खाने पीने का सामान न डालें एक्स्ट्रा। वैसे अच्छा लगा यहाँ पे आके, और यमुना गंगा नदी का पानी भी साफ है यहाँ पे।
A series of activities such as events, workshops, seminars and conferences are organized on a regular basis to make a strong pitch for public outreach and community participation in the mission. NMCG organized the 7th edition of Ganga Utsav this month, which was inaugurated by Debishri Mukherjee, Secretary, Ministry of Jal Shakti, in the presence of G. Ashok Kumar, Director General NMCG. It is an initiative taken by the Government of India to address the pollution of the river by providing financial and technical assistance. Ms. Debishri Mukherjee expressed that the Ganga is not merely a river but a profound emotion that resonates with all of us. She expressed her satisfaction in witnessing the remarkable progress in the Ganga rejuvenation efforts, especially in collaboration with the new generation. She stressed that the preservation of rivers is a shared responsibility of everyone.
In the first place, we must clean up our rivers and water bodies, for which we need for the public sector and the private sector to both come together, as well as the citizens, make it a national movement. But with that also, there are, people come together to actually preserve their habitats. All aquatic animals have specific habitats and needs. So beyond keeping the water clean, it is also important to preserve specific habitats and have, people need to work together to ensure that habitats are preserved.
Ganga Utsav 2023 also marked the release of the 33rd edition of the Namami Gange magazine and the Voyage of Ganga booklet based on Ganga Pustak Parikrama. Special Secretary and Director General NMCG G. Ashok Kumar extended a warm welcome to the attendees and emphasized the profound significance of the Ganga in India. Mr. Kumar informed that Ganga was declared as the National River of India in 2008, which led to the establishment of the National Ganga Day. He further elaborated on how each year this auspicious day unites a diverse spectrum of stakeholders, including children, in joyous celebrations and activities.
Ganga is facing a lot of pollution pressures, but to a large extent it has been addressed. The last 8 years under the Namami Gange program, a lot of initiatives have been taken up, particularly to stop the flow of dirty water, whether it's sewage or industrial effluent, into the Ganga river. Almost 37,000 crore worth projects have been sanctioned. Many of them are completed also.
Hindus hold a strong bond with River Ganga, and devotees believe that taking a holy dip in the river on certain occasions causes the forgiveness of transgressions and helps in attaining salvation. Ganga Utsav, an event executed by the National Mission for Clean Ganga, is not merely a platform for discussions and awareness, but also a celebration of India's cultural heritage. The event encompasses an array of cultural delights, from music and dance to thought-provoking dialogues. It is a melange of diverse activities designed to nurture a deeper bond between people and rivers, fostering awareness about the vital task of river rejuvenation. The Ganga is India's most important and iconic river and is home to more than 600 million Indians. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.